I'm using my old camera that the closer lens broke, so I'm using like a really high zoom lens to do this. But I wanted to do a declutter, and you will hear me sounding pretty sick. I've been sick for over a month. It started out as allergies, and as a sinus infection, and antibiotics worked at some point, but then they quit working. So I have a bunch of stuff that I want to declutter for the end of the year, and I'm really hoping that this footage is going to come out. So I'm going to start with palettes, and I have several palettes here that I'm going to declutter because I never reach for these, and some are quite old. Like this Wet n Wild is a very old, it's like start of YouTube type palette, like when I first started YouTube back in the end of 2010. So this palette's really old, but the funny thing is I think I used it once. So sad, because I used to go crazy buying all the collections, and I have totally this year, towards the end of the year, started to change my mindset. Let's declutter. Now, in my last declutter, I had brought out the Carly Bible palette, and then upon swatching it, especially the highlighters, I decided to keep it, but honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it. It's a beautiful palette, don't get me wrong. The colors are beautiful, and the highlighters are amazing, like really good quality. And I'm gonna probably not swatch a lot of this stuff because I just want to go through all these things that I'm getting rid of and the reasons why I'm going to get rid of it. But the mattes in this palette are very dry, and it takes, you know, somewhat work to get it going, like to just blend out the shadows, and the shimmers in this palette are quite lovely. But I have these kind of colors in other palettes that I prefer the formula on those better. The mattes, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a matte down there. The mattes in this palette just are a little bit too dry, and I like a creamier, more blendable formula. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this palette. You know, BH Cosmetics, all the palettes that I've gotten have kind of had this formula, so I've really stayed away, and the only reason I bought this was because I wanted to support Carly Bible, or Bible, I don't know how you say her name, but I like the highlights in this palette. So, you know, I could depan those or depot those, but I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of the palette as a whole. The next palette I'm gonna get rid of is from Real Her. And again, it's kind of on the same lines as that last palette. I feel like this palette is really nice. The colors are gorgeous. It's something I would wear on the daily, but the colors in here, again, are very dry, and the shimmers in here take a lot of work. Like, you have to wet your brush or apply with your finger, rebuild it, and at the end of the day, I do notice that the color kind of fades. So I'm going to get rid of this palette. I do enjoy the colors in this palette, but I think I'll be getting rid of this palette just because it just takes a lot of work to make this palette happen. And although I mean, like I'm saying, I really enjoy this color. This is like my color scheme. It just takes too much work for me, and I'm just going to go ahead and pass it along. I have 2 Smashbox palettes I'm going to get rid of. Now, don't get me wrong, the colors in this are beautiful. The shimmer shades are quite lovely. The blue and this like brownie red shade are soft, but it lacks a little bit in pigmentation, and I never reach for this palette because it's more on the cool tone side. I don't know, I have other colors like this and other palettes, like these 1, 2, 3 colors, and although I do like this color, I never reach for that blue. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. Somebody else get some use out of it. And then I have another palette here. I need to get a wipe. And this palette is really beautiful. I used it quite a bit when I first got it, but it's on the cool tone side, and it's very neutral, or I should say, very natural. And so therefore I'm gonna go ahead and pass this along. I have these colors in other palettes that I reach for more. So these palettes just kind of just sit there. You know, there's nothing wrong with them, but I don't reach for them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pass these along to somebody else to use. I have this Wet n Wild palette, and although, you know, I would love to keep it for the colors like this color and that color and that color and that color, and that color, you know. I never reach for it. It just sits in my drawer. I've been there for a whole, you know, what, 6-7 years now. Used it once, so gotta get rid of that. And then this palette I bought on a whim like 2 years ago, Black Friday. I was out, maybe, yeah, it was like two Christmases ago, 2015. I went out for Black Friday to Ulta, and it was only 15 bucks. It was from here, and I'm like, yes, let me get it. But I honestly have never put this on my eyes. I think I've only swatched it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass this to somebody who would get good use out of it. Beautiful colors, but I'm gonna go ahead and pass it. So those are the palettes that I'm getting rid of. I got some shadows, and then I got some eyeliners. Okay, so this here is from Mally. This is her eyeshadow stick, and this is in Firework. These last on your eyelids a very long time. They're really good for a base, and they don't go anywhere. But the problem is I have 2 of these, and this one in Firework, I have 2 Fireworks. It has sparkle in it, and so if I'm gonna use this as a base, I don't want that glitter. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass this one along, although I do already have 1 left. So I don't need 2 of them. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it along. I have this very generous sample of Bare Minerals eye color in Drama, and it's a really pretty like brownie taupe color. It's a gorgeous color, but it's a pigment, and I just don't reach for pigments. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass that along. I was saving this MAC one, but again, it's a beautiful color, but it's a pigment, and I just don't reach for pigments, so I'm gonna get rid of that. I have this L'Oreal Infallible in Gilded Envy, and it's like a green. Although it's beautiful, and I love the Infallible, you know, pigments from L'Oreal, they're just amazing. I don't reach for this type of green. It's a more on the cool tone side, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass this along. I have this Cognac Diamond from Bare Minerals. It's also another gorgeous color, but again, it's really interesting. It's like a brown, like a burnt brown, yellow, gold. I don't know, it's a really pretty color, but again, it's a pigment, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass it along. Then I have these, and a couple of them I'm gonna end up throwing out, and then a couple of them I'm just going to pass along. This is from Tarte, and it's in Shimmering Moss. It's a green. It's pretty dried out, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw this away. I think all of these I might end up throwing away because I think they're pretty old. This is a Jet Set Waterproof Eyeliner in Tempt. Oh no, I'm gonna go ahead and keep, I think I just swatched this one. It's a black with like gold flecks in it. I'm gonna go ahead and just give that to someone. I have this waterproof liner in Graphite. This one is pretty old. It's still very creamy. I'll go ahead and pass it along. I've never used these. I have this color in Starstruck, and this one is pretty dry, so I think I'm gonna, yeah, this one's dry. I'm gonna throw this away. That's from Smashbox also. And then I have this one from Tarte in Blackened Plum, and this one is dry, so I'm going to, although it's, what is going on here? It's on the dry side. It's a beautiful color, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw it away. Eyeliners and a mascara. That was thunder. Okay, so my recommendation to you guys is to never get these Tarte ones. These Tarte chubby pencils do not last. They end up drying out. I have this one in Golden Beige. It has sparkle in it, but it's so dried out. I'm gonna toss that in the trash. I also have another one in Moss, and that one's still good to go, so I'll pass that along. I know that the silver one in Smoke, is it? Yeah, this one is dried out, so I'm gonna throw this one away. They just dry out so fast before you can use them. I have this Urban Decay Heavy Metal glitter eyeliner. I've had this for years, and I probably used it like once or twice. And so this is like when I really first got into makeup a long time ago. I mean, this sucker is old. It's older than 5 years, and I'm like, throw that away. Get rid of it. I have this DLS eyeshadow crayon that I got in a BoxyCharm, And it's a really pretty color, but it took a while to dry down, so I didn't like it. So I'm gonna give that to someone else. I have a brand new fully charged mascara by Pure. I had 2 of them. I got them from like Ipsy, and then I got another one from, I don't know, maybe a sample, like, I think it came in like a set that I had gotten. Anyways, I didn't like it, so I'm gonna go ahead and give that one away. Maybe somebody else will like it better than I did. I have this red lip liner from Prestige in True Red. I don't need a red lip liner, so I'm gonna go ahead, that's brand new, and give that to someone else. Okay, I have these Mally waterproof pencils. These are really good, but these are just colors that I wouldn't reach for. This is in Shimmering Steel. It's like a blue-gray. It's still good. These are all still good. I'm gonna go ahead and just, yeah, it's like a gray. I am not into those colors. I just put black or brown for the most part. This is in Black Navy, and this one is a little dried out, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw this away. And then the next one is in Fierce Forest. It's a green. It is very wet still, but it is a green that I just wouldn't wear. I have this blue in Binge. I think I already had this color, and it's just not a color that's like really appealing, so I'm gonna go, that's from Urban Decay, getting rid of that. This came to me like in a sample, and it's from IT Cosmetics. It's the No Tug Waterproof Gel Eyeliner. The pencil part fell out, like the little bitty pencil part fell out, so I never got use out of it. So throw the casing away. I got this from Prestige. It's in Star. These are actually really nice, but just something I wouldn't reach for. It's a white. It's really creamy, but I wouldn't reach for it, so I'm gonna give it away. I have this black, Perfect Black from Too Faced, the Perfect Eyes Waterproof Eyeliner. This stuff smudges. It is so creamy black. Look at that. It is so creamy black. It's amazing, but the darn thing, like, it doesn't set. I also have this bright pink lip liner from Prestige and Diva. Gonna get rid of that, or pass it along, I should say. I have this color from Smashbox Limitless Eyeliner in Smoke. It's an off black. It's not a black, and it's not a gray. Gonna get rid of that. And then I got this eyebrow pencil from MAC. I got this in a BoxyCharm. It's just too dry for me. It requires too much effort and lingering. I don't like it. I like my L'Oreal. I'm spoiled by my L'Oreal pencils, so I'm getting rid of that. All right, I have some lip products that I have, and I'm gonna get rid of some of these. This is from Smashbox. It's way too old. It's a lip gloss. This Tarte one is starting to go bad, and it's in Shimmering Raspberry. It was really nice, but it was kind of sticky. And look at my lid, like it's a total mess, if you can see that. I'm gonna throw that away. I have these lipsticks from Mally. I have one in Marvelous, and the other one is in Southern Peach. Gonna go ahead and get rid of both of those. I have these pencils from ColourPop, the Sonia Essman ColourPop Mini Multi-Sticks. These are just way too orangey for me. I don't like oranges on myself. And one is in St. Petersburg, and the other one is in Empire State of Mind. This one was more of a nude orange, and then this one was like an orange. Getting rid of it. I wish it looked like the end looks. If it looked like that, then I would definitely be using those, but they don't. They do not come off. Let's swatch these for you. They do not come off like the ends. See how it leans very orange? No. The formula is really nice on these, and Makeup Jessie is the one who like convinced me to buy these. And yeah, woman, like, oh my god, the formula on these are so nice, so matte, so creamy, very moisturizing, but the color is just not my color, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of those. And then this color is in Faded. I don't know what possessed me to buy it. It was the new formula from ColourPop. It's in the creme formula, the lippy stick, but it's just that color that mama don't like. I don't like that, so it's got to go. It's going to somebody else if you haven't. I got some highlighters here. This is from Dose of Colors. 2 years ago, I went to the makeup show in Dallas, and I was like, Dose of Colors. I don't have to, you know, pay shipping and handling for it. I'm gonna get this. It has glitter in it. Sorry, I didn't realize I was out of frame. It's a beautiful color. It's in peach glow, but it has glitter in it, and no. And then I have this Artist Couture that I had gotten in a BoxyCharm. Anyways, when I opened the darn thing, powder and glitter went everywhere, and no. It's in Illuminati. Yeah, it's a beautiful color, but it's too much of a mess. Too much to deal with. Gotta get rid of that. Alright, so I have some primers here that I'm getting rid of. This is from Tarte. It's the BB Tinted Treatment. This just, I like it. It's in medium. I like the formula, but it leans too pink on me, so getting rid of that. From Rimmel, it's a primer. It did nothing. It's supposed to do like all kinds of things. 5 results. Number 1. Yes, it's supposed to smooth, resurface, brighten, mattify. Yeah, it did nothing. So, and then it smells like it's going bad. Getting rid of this. When I could smell. I should say when I could smell. This Clean Slate Poreless 12-Hour Perfecting Primer. I put it in here, but I think I might try it one more time. I think the reason I put it in here was because it felt silicone-y. I think I'm gonna put it back in my stash to try it one more time, and then if I don't like it, then I will definitely get rid of it. I have some concealers that I'm getting rid of. These are brand new from Amazing Cosmetics. I won one like I actually won both of them, excuse me. I won both of them in giveaways, and they're the same color, medium beige. Upon applying it, it looked really pretty, okay? It looked really nice. But when I set it, they did nothing to conceal, and I just left them in my drawer, and then I pulled them out the other day to try them because I'm trying to like go through everything that I own and just use everything and, you know, make decisions on the stuff that I own. You know, I'm shopping my stash, and they had completely like separated. They weren't good to begin with, and so I don't really feel like I'm at a loss because I did get it in a set. I didn't pay specifically for these two, you know, individually. I got them in sets. They did nothing to conceal. And then they had this really neat, you know, little spoon, like silver spoon thing, you know, to pull or whatever. No, they did nothing to conceal, and I honestly didn't think it did anything brightening either. So I'm gonna toss this in the trash. And then I have this Mally Ultimate Performance See the Light Concealer. I got this as a sample, maybe from Ulta. And maybe from Ulta or from QVC. But this was too thick. It was like way too thick for me. So, and it creased like really quickly. I like her Cancellation Conditioning Concealer, although that is too drying for me in the winter. I can use the Cancellation Concealing Conditioner Canceling Conditioning Concealer in the summertime, but I have to be very careful about, you know, setting it. Actually, you don't need to set it. This one here, the Ultimate Performance See the Light Concealer, way too thick, way too dry. Didn't like it, or creased, I should say. This is this is from Pure. This is the Cameo Contour. I won a contest with this, or it had this in it. I just never reach for it. I never reach for it. It's a cream product. I want to give it away before it goes bad, so getting rid of that. My aunt gave me this MAC Studio Fix. It's an NC42. It's way too dark. It's already been used, and I did disinfect the top or whatever. I have my disinfecting makeup spray, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this in a pan or MAC thing. So I'm gonna put that out of, you know, it's going out of my drawers and into a different drawer. And then I have this from Mally. It's the Evercolor Poreless Face Defender. I just don't use it. It's another step. Like, I just take a tissue to blot my face if I need to blot. So getting rid of that. I have this Ulta Brow Pomade in medium brown. It's drying out. I did like it initially, and I only paid $5. This retails for $10. but I had a coupon and I paid $5 for it. This medium brown color wasn't the right color for me. It just, to me, it leans on my brows. It ends up looking kind of green. I didn't like the way it looked. It looked green. So I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to put it in the trash because it is a cream product that I, did dip into many times. But it started to dry out and I just didn't like the color. I should have returned it and got a better color. But, oh, look at this. You see that? Anyways, I'm going to get rid of this. So putting that in the trash. Okay, so then I have some blushes that I'm getting rid of. And this first one is from Tarte. It's their Amazonian Clay. It's in Adored. It's a pink. It's a bright pink. It has glitter. It's like not anything I would wear. I noticed that like I was putting it on my daughter. I'm probably gonna give this to my little one. It had like it didn't have a lot of pigmentation. So I'll just let her play with it. My daughters love to play with makeup, so I'm gonna give this to my daughter. Even though it's a Tarte blush, it's just not for an older person. So I also have these Smashbox cream blushes that I've had forever. They're old. They're old. I barely use damn things, but I can get rid of them. I can't even open this one. Really pretty colors, and I've had 4, and these are the 2 colors that I kept out of the 4. God, the colors are gorgeous. I wish these were in powders because these are totally my colors. But they're so old, I need to just throw them in the trash. So, going in the trash. I have this IT Cosmetics CC Radiance palette. I don't particularly reach for these kind of colors. Like, I don't know. Like, it's a beautiful blush, and it would be like a summer color, but I never reached for it in the summer. I reached for other palettes. So I'm going to go ahead and give this to someone else who can get use out of it. It's just sitting in my collection, so I'm just going to make, someone else happy. And then I have this Inglot blush system that I made. I wanted colors unique to my collection, so that's why I got these crazy ass colors. I don't remember how much I spent on it. I remember it was pretty expensive. I didn't like it. Like, it was just way too pigmented. Like, I had to go really light-handed and work in blending it. Like, it would just stick and wouldn't blend very well. So, I just didn't like it. Like, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Giving that away. So sad. I have these 2 brushes that I'm getting rid of. This is a double exposure brush. It came in my shadow palette, the double exposure shadow palette. I'll probably be getting rid of that palette. That'll probably happen next year. I'm currently testing it and using it to see if I really like it or not. But this brush I did not like, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that brush. And then I have this Delium Tools 781. It's very scratchy. I didn't like it. It's like too scratchy, so I'm going to get rid of that. I have 2 nail polishes. This Ebates, New York. It came in, it says it's an organic infused nail treatment. It came in a BoxyCharm. I don't know what the hell it's for. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the trash because honestly, I just, I don't even know. I don't even know. Okay, and then I have this Butter London nail polish. I do not like the formula on it. I love the color, and I think it's starting to go bad. Like, it's starting to get pretty thick. And so I'm going to go ahead and put this in the trash. Although the color is beautiful, it's in Ruby Murray. Totally my type of color, especially for this time of year. And it's starting to go bad, and I've realized I don't like the formula because it's kind of like a see-through. Like, I don't know, it's not opaque enough, and when you build it up, it just gets like, it just gets too thick. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the trash. 2 more things. I am going to call this done. This was my Bare Minerals Bisque. I used a little bit of the RCMA No Color Powder and then the Bare Minerals Bisque. I was trying to use this under my eyes, but it just made my eyes look way too dry and crepey. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this away. There's just a little bit left. It was mostly the RCMA No Color Powder mixed with the Bare Minerals pigment and bisque. And so I'm gonna go ahead and throw this away. And the last thing, is this Davidoff Cool Water perfume. I'm over this scent. Like, I went through a smaller one, and this is the larger one. When I used to like a perfume, I would obsess about it and get like every size. And I'm over that. Like, I try not to get big sizes anymore because I'll get over the scent unless it's like just an amazing scent that I have to repurchase at some point. I'll repurchase it, but probably in another small bottle instead of getting the darn big bottles and getting over the scent. So I'm over the scent. It's quite old. I was trying to get through it, but I was like, you know what? I can't put this on anymore. I just can't put it on anymore. I'm over it. So that is it for my declutter. I hope you enjoyed it. All those items are going to somebody else. And that's a lot of wasted money. 2018 is going to be a completely different year for me. I'm going to have a completely different attitude towards finances, makeup, just life in general. And that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget, if you liked me, give me a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that bell so you can get notifications whenever I do upload. I know that mine are not consistent, but you know, that is the life of a mother and a worker, you know. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.